Jack, Simon, how you doing?
Good,
Yeah,
thanks.
good,
You?
thanks.
This isn't looking too bad, is it? You don't know how to use that hammer, Jack.
No.
Right, let's do it. Hi guys, I'm Simon,
And I'm Jack.
and we are the founders of Powersheds.
Together, we were at a large garden shed manufacturing company. I was there for 11 years,
I was there 27 years.
and we left that company to start Powersheds.
When we founded the company, we started with the obvious. Every single customer complaint with a shed.
We listed all of those complaints, solved them, and we built a range of sheds around it.
When you search for a shed online, you get asked so many stupid questions. What size floor would you like? What thickness? What thickness roof would you like? What thickness cladding would you like? Who knows? And why would you?
So what we've done is we've designed a shed which answers all those questions and covers every potential need.
So all you're left with is what size do you want? What style do you want? Do you want windows, no windows, single door or double door? Done.
One of the most important parts of a garden shed is the quality of the timber, and this is something that you can't really see when you're looking at images online.
We only purchase the highest grade timber possible at Powersheds, which means that you get the best shed and it'll be as good on day 1000 as it is on day 1.
Can you pass me that piece of wood, please? Thank you. So this is a piece of shiplap. Now this comes from high grade but slow grown timber. So if you imagine a tree which grows really slowly and you chop it in half, each ring would signify a year of growth. Now in a slow grown tree, the rings are going to be really close together. Comparing that with a fast grown tree, you chop that in half, the rings are far apart. And that means that wood from a fast grown tree will be less stable, less dense, and more likely to twist and warp over time.
The logs that we machine are machined within 1/100th of a millimetre. So it's not just about the tree that it comes from, it's whereabouts in the tree it comes from. And as you can see by all the rings here, this is from the centre of the tree, which means that this is going to be durable, it's going to be stable, it's not going to bend, it's not going to bow, and it's not going to cut. The timber that we use has been slow grown for over 100 years, which means that your shed is over a century in the making.
Most sheds have a standard preserver, so that means when the customer gets that shed, they're going to need to repaint it pretty much straight away. And if you don't, it kind of means the shed is shot.
But we're not happy with that. So what we've done, we've added additional silicones and waxes into the treatment to make sure that you don't have to treat it for a full year. Ours go through an automated dipping system. This gives us consistency and a deeper protection.
And for those who want that little bit more, we've also got a range of premium pressure treated sheds. So we all know what the British weather's like. One minute it's sunny, the next minute it's torrential rain. And that's why we invest in better materials for the roof.
So at Powersheds, we only use the best quality products in our sheds, which includes what goes on our roofs. So I have 2 samples of felt.
You know which one's ours?
Yes, this one's ours. This is our competition's. So ours is polyester backed felt, which means within here, it's the same kind of stuff you've got inside your t-shirt. So this is very, very difficult to rip. This one has got paper inside it.
All right, should we put it to the test?
Yeah, go on then.
You want me to do it for you?
Go on then. Okay. On all our log cabins, we use something called EPDM. So this has got a 20-year guarantee with a 50-year lifespan. We use this instead of shingles or felt just because it lasts that a little bit longer. It's very difficult to break. See if we can pull this, Jack. See if we can rip
I'll
it.
try.
Are you ready? Go on. So as you can see, 2 quite strong guys from Yorkshire haven't been able to do any damage.
So under our roof felt is the roof boards, and we use tongue and groove roof boards instead of OSB or chipboard, and we would never use OSB or chipboard on any of our sheds.
Yeah, we don't use it because it's a cheap alternative. It's thinner. It doesn't absorb moisture very well. It starts to degrade over a few years.
But why does it matter if it's indoor? It's not going to get wet, is it?
You take your lawnmower, you cut your lawn, you put it back into the shed, all the moisture goes up into the roof and makes it sag.
Yeah, great point, because that's exactly what happens with the floor. People walking in and out all the time. Lawnmower's going in and out. It gets wet, it gets soaked, it gets battered.
So we only use tongue and groove floorboard in all our sheds. That means it interlocks with each other, so it's strong, it's durable, and it's going to take all of the impact from everything that you put into your garden shed.
So a lot of companies use OSB or chipboard for their floors and roofs, and OSB is designed for internal use, but isn't a floor and roof internal?
Well, let's show some examples. Hold that a second. So we have a nice piece of OSB here that one of our competitors may use. It's quite a thick piece as this, so this is nearly 12mm thick. Our competitors may use down to 7mm thick. But what happens? You leave your door open while it's raining. The floor gets wet. This then, over time, starts to expand. Then it dries out. Then it expands when it gets wet again and dries out. So in reality, this could last less than 5 years.
So people often think the thickness of the cladding is what gives the shed its strength, but actually it's the thickness of the framing.
Most other sheds have a truss approximately every 8 foot. Because we have a modular concept, we have a truss every 4 foot. That makes the shed stronger and ties everything together.
Other companies use matchstick thin, rough cut framing on their sheds. So we use high grade, smooth planed, thicker framing to make our sheds additionally sturdy.
Yeah, solid that. On our cabins, we use 145mm thick roof purlins, which means that you don't need an internal truss, and it also opens up all the inside of the cabin and makes it look really airy and bright. All our ironmongery is either galvanised or zinc coated, which means it won't rust over time.
So other sheds rust. I mean, what does that change?
We all like a good looking shed. This will make sure that it looks better for longer.
So it's commonplace with garden sheds that the windows are made from either styrene or horticultural glass. Now when that glass breaks, it breaks into really dangerous big pieces.
And quite often you've actually got to fit it yourself, which is just another thing that can go wrong.
In our sheds we use toughened glass, which is really difficult to break, but if it did, it breaks into hundreds of little tiny pieces like a car windscreen.
We also fit that glass with a PVC strip, so that diverts water outside the shed and not inside.
And the cherry on the top is the fact that we pre-bead the windows into place so you don't have to.
The majority of our 44mm cabins come with UPVC doors and windows as standard.
And the benefit of these are the locking system, the tilt and turn opening windows, and the toughened double glazing throughout. Our sheds are modular, and that means it comes with a number of distinct advantages. So firstly, it's stronger because you've got more framing in the shed. And secondly, the modular format means you can put the doors and windows in any position as you want as you build it. It doesn't need pre-selecting. You do it at home when you assemble the shed.
We've also solved the problem of not being able to get the shed into your garden. So because all these products are only 4 foot wide, they will quite easily fit through a standard door. It also makes it really easy to install.
And other than that, because it's on a pallet, it gives you that delivery flexibility because we send everything through the pallet network, and that allows you to pick whatever day you want for delivery. So you've ordered the shed, you've picked your delivery date. This is how it's going to arrive at your garden. And a pallet is 1.2 metres by 1 metre wide, and so each panel that goes into one of our sheds is 1.19 metres, so every single panel fits on a pallet, and that allows us to change a 6-week delivery into a 3-day or next day delivery. You get a contact from the courier with a time slot through the day, so you don't have to wait around all day for the shed to come, and when it arrives it gets tail lifted off the back of the vehicle and a pallet truck will wheel the pallet to where it can get to. Traditionally, sheds are delivered on a flatbed truck and handballed into the garden panel by panel. Now what happens is one panel is leant against the house, one panel is leant against the garage, and things tend to fall and move, especially when a gust of wind comes along. So having it on one single nice neat pallet minimises any kind of damage or problems that you could get usually.
We've made it super simple for you to take the shed off the pallet because each panel has been screwed into position, so all you have to do is cut the banding and take the screws out one by one and take them off the pallet. So when our sheds are packed, they're all packed in the same order every time. So we know they start with the floor and then they go with a blank panel. Inside that blank panel to the right hand side, there should be some screws and nails. They'll be in the same position every time. That minimises the chances of anything going missing. So if they're packing the same format every time, put the gables in the same position every time, then that means you should get the product that you've ordered.
So when you've got the shed, all your instructions are nicely there in front of you straight away when you look at the building.
We want to be environmentally friendly. So once you've finished unpacking your shed, the only thing that's really left is the pallet. Within the instructions, we give you lots of little pointers what you can do with that pallet. I even made a planter out of mine.
I made some shelving out of mine, It's important to note that for every 1 tree that we cut down, we plant 3. And as an added bonus from Mother Nature, our sheds have stored carbon for decades and act as a renewable source which are far better than any plastic shed.
We also have zero waste within our factory. We use 100% of the timber product that we buy in. All the offcuts are used to heat our building in the winter time, and in the summertime it gets collected and turned into horse bedding.
Cheers for learning about Powersheds. To view our full range of powerfully simple sheds, visit
Powersheds.com.
Nice.